discovering a new meta-breaking synergy within today's video. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're having a magical day. Thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. My name is Hello Good Game, and I'm pleased to be your host within this Magic the Gathering Arena deck guide. Breaking down in depth, is it second cast? This is a red and blue aggro/tempo deck that is putting out an enormous amount of damage thanks to drawing cards. That could be good. We're going to break down that deck list in depth, discussing these strategies as well as synergies held within, hoping to provide you with a deeper understanding of how to pilot the deck effectively and efficiently. Furthermore, demonstrating all of this within our Mythic Ranked gameplay footage against the best decks as well as players in-game. Woof! Concluding with our final thoughts, channel news, deck review, and everything else we could possibly think of. If you want to help out, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, join the community Discord, link in the description below, the link tree. Cheers, kick back, relax, enjoy. Let's play some Magic.
It's a new lap record!
Here we are with Is It Second Cast. That is an absolute heater, something that I started playing with this morning that we tuned in to an absolute monster. Originally, just building around the tunnel and the memory. Again, this is really nice as it allows us to capitalize on our cards drawn, providing +1 counters to a creature whenever we've drawn a card, which is great. And then the Brass Tunnel Grinder actually allows us to discard any number of cards, draw that many +1, which is a massive draw on top of the memory. And then that memory is going to, again, provide +1 counters to our creatures, which can now just dominate our opponent's health total, okay? But it gets a little bit better, right? Then we're discovering Duelist of the Mind, a new card, 2 mana. Its power is equal to the number of cards we've drawn this turn, right? So if we can stack the Duelist with the memory and then Tunnel Grinder on top of them, oh, yes! We're going to London, which is absolutely phenomenal. Furthermore, whenever you commit a crime, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card, triggering only once each turn. That is definitely on the option menu for us as well, which is really cool. So, you know, that's kind of what we're doing with the core of the deck, the Duelist, capitalizing on the memory and grinder. If you don't get your Duelist, which you might not always, I understand, we have other creatures that are going to be just as good, right? Before we get to them, because any creature can capitalize off of this, but of course the Duelist is going to be best. Let's talk about the second cast synergy, which is Malcolm the Eyes, 2 mana, 2 power, 2 toughness, with flying and haste whenever you cast your second spell each turn, investigate, as well as Breeches the Blastmaker for 3, a 3/3 with menace, and whenever you cast your second spell each turn, you may sacrifice an artifact. If you do, flip a coin. When you flip or win the flip, copy that spell, and you may choose new targets for the copy. And when you lose the flip, it's going to deal damage equal to that spell's mana value to any target, which is actually pretty good as well. It's a win-win, if you will. Malcolm can make the clue artifacts for Breeches to sacrifice turn after turn as we double cast on top of them. And with an average mana value of 1.8, we will certainly be looking to do this, you know, game after game, right? Okay. Furthermore, we are generating additional artifacts within the Voldaren Epicure, as well as the Spyglass Siren. Siren is a map. Epicure is a blood token. Blood token can be sacrificed to draw. That triggers the memory and the mind. The map token is not a draw, but still very good, as it can be sacrificed by itself to explore, +1 counter if it's a non-land, if it's a land into hand, if you're unfamiliar. Furthermore, we can sacrifice those artifacts with a Voltage Surge. Instant speed for 1, 2 damage to a creature or planeswalker. If you sacrifice an artifact, 4 damage instead, which is really nice. Also capitalizing on our Spell Pierce. Instant speed for 1, counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 2. So some interaction there for us. Furthermore, the Slick Sequence for 2 at instant speed will do 2 damage to any target. And if you've cast another spell this turn, draw a card. Again, we know why that's good in the deck. Okay? But wait, there's more. An underlying synergy to support everything here will be Rona, Herald of Invasion for 2 mana, a 1/3. Whenever you cast a legendary spell, untap Rona. You can tap Rona to draw a card and then discard a card. Furthermore, we can pay 6. In this case, it will be 5 and 2 life to transform it into the Obliterator, a 5/5 with trample, and whenever a source deals combat damage to Rona, that source's controller will exile a card from their hand at random. If it's a land card, you may put it into the battlefield under your control. Otherwise, you may cast that card without paying its mana value, which is really good for us as well, as it is now a 5/5 with trample. The draw discard is our primary focus here. That is just allowing us to take lethal potentially. The second cast doesn't hurt either. Inti is really good with Rona, Seneschal of the Sun, 2 mana, 2/2. Whenever you attack, you may discard a card. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature. It gains trample until the end of turn. Trample with the memory is very good if they have a blocker, right? Of course, you have other forms of evasion, like trample, via flying. Okay. Furthermore, the passive ability, whenever you discard 1 or more cards, looking at you, Rona, looking at you, Blood Token, you may exile the top card of your library and play that until the end of your next end step, which is great. So that can help us play multiple cards per turn easily through the draw via the legendary spells, right? Rona's a legendary, Inti's a legendary, Memory's a legendary, Grinder's a legendary, Malcolm's a legendary, Breeches is a legendary. That allows for multiple taps, untaps, and retaps of Rona, which is very good, helping us find our core cards, and once we get there, we can spaz out. We have the Canal in deck alongside the Reef for consistency of mana base, alongside our utility lands, the Defiance and the Soaring City. Only running 22 lands in the deck, and even that feels like sometimes a little much. But again, we have plenty of discard. We can toss them to the grave, just curve out consistently. That's going to be the name of the game. Start double casting. The main cards we want to see will obviously be the Memory and the Grinder. Once we have these together, Memory in play, play the Grinder on top, alongside any creature, we're going to be good to go. Of course, we love to see the Duelist. If not, Rona and Inti are our second picks. If all else fails, that's what the Spyglass and Voldaren are for. Again, they generate secondary value through the artifacts that they make that you can now capitalize off of Breeches' ability. Copying a spell. If you copy the Grinder, you're going to London. If you have the Memory in play, that's oh yeah. So that's going to be your main goal. Of course, copying the Duelist isn't bad either. Copying the Slick Sequence is going to be pretty groovy as well. Okay. Of course, dealing extra damage to them is not bad either. I hope you enjoy. I know I certainly have been having a ton of fun with this deck, focused around some old cards, some new cards, and more on that as we wrap up after today's gameplay footage. We do have a lot of additional considerations for the build that I'd love your opinion on. Cheers, let's kick back and play some games. Going first, not a great hand, but not a bad hand either. Interesting. I mean, we could do it. It's much better with the Proft out. Scoundrel's fine. But we also don't mind just playing it safe. Either. There's our second spell for the turn. It's also a crime. There it is. There it is. I want to be the aggressor. Let's hit for 3. Surveilling. What are you doing? I like the conduit pylons. I think it's pretty good. Okay, little ramparoni. We have block, though. No land. We might find it here. Nice. Do we want to commit a crime? I don't think it's really threatening. On the vigilance. Let's swing down to 9. Terror of the Peaks is good. That's going to tap them, though. And we can just deal with it here easily. Hopefully there's no protection. It is a crime. Let's draw and discard. Good game, homie. And then we can grind, draw 4, which is great because we're drawing 4, and then the ability of the Duelist as well. Our opponent's going first. Let's keep 7. Wow, holy 1-drop, Batman. That's kind of insano. Mono white poison. Gross. Yep, you have to block everything. I'm gonna make it so the might can't go unblockable. Just with a double drop here. Playing both colors. They probably have a second. What? It's like, no, you want to pay life. I'll take the flyer instead. Three left in hand. We have good blocks. Let's push it back. We could remove that. We'll get it later. I want to keep the surge, sadly. Alright, 7 damage. We only have 1 poison counter. Not terrible. And with the grinder, next turn drawing 3, we should be good. Should I remove the sentry? It's not a bad idea. But it's not like it has anything important, though. So. Are we going to need counter magic here? Am I going to absolutely regret that? I think you will. So I'm going to hold on to it. We could have tried lethal, but we can't guarantee it. And I want to hold up Spell Pierce because they definitely could have interacted on that potential lethal. Good game. Opponent goes first. Let's keep 7. Land is definitely there. I think we only have like 22 land in deck. Maybe only 21, actually. I forget, but not a ton. Creature on 1 is cool. Really helps us out. They have plenty of removal, though, I'm sure. Drawing and losing life. Nice. I shall draw myself. Hit for 2 to 16. Here's our double drop for 3 damage. Ooh, life gain. That's lame. Sack the blood token, 4 damage. Pay 3 life. Not a fan. And then I'm going to hit for 2, draw a card. And then Edict will push up. We're now 3 powered. Hit to 10. Anvil is out. Ah! Don't you dare do this to me, huh? I need that. I need that! No, it's okay. It could be worse. It's not great. Land out, Epicure out. Blood token out. And then Breeches is in. Unfortunately, it being the second spell is not going to trigger itself unless we had something on top of it. And to play the Epicure on top isn't going to work with the blood token coming in on ETB, right? That trigger will already be off the stack, so we wouldn't be able to sacrifice it. We're better off maybe just to leave it there. Okay. I am not going to have anything to sacrifice, but the draw is worth it. Hit for 5. Okay, land and play. End turn. Interesting. Wow, okay. So that's a thing. They have the anvil up as well for life gain. Take the damage from the 2. See what they do. This is our second spell. Might just hold on to it. As written. As written. Nothing to sacrifice. Still good though. Down to 1. Yeah, sometimes having an artifact in play is difficult. It's like, do you leave it there for use later, or do you use it to cycle through your deck? It's not always that it lines up. We get it here, though. Good game. Pretty lucky. Going first, thank you. Not a great hand by any means, but it's castable. And, well, I guess that's always fairly important. I like the blood token with the Duelist. Mono Erd. Never bad. Hopefully we can find our third land. Codebreakers. Not shabby. To 16 we go. Thank you. I appreciate that quite a bit. Let's take it now while we can. It is a crime. Draw discard. Let's have 4, holding up our counter magic. Nothing special, but keeping pace at least, right? Oh, show off. We can block. Do they play their land after to kill it? No? Okay. I'm wondering if we should keep our Spell Pierce. We'd also have to get lucky with the land, that means. I say just go for it. Grab a new hand. Because I can't guarantee I get an island. Of course, it's going to be all islands, because we said that. See, though? Right? Like... We have 2 damage in hand, isn't terrible. And another grinder if we wanted. Which is probably our best route. I think we should survive. Unless they get a land and double strike us. But we could still block Kumano. Without a second land, I think it's fine. Like a Rage puts it to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We survive. No blocks. Play with fire. Not quite as much damage, but still pretty aggressive. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is not enough. It's quite close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here as well. These get blockers. I like the damage, though. It's damage or block the flyer. We already have blocked the flyer. Should have tossed the grinder. We could still grind, though. And then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's close. A surge here would be great. Down to 2. It's not enough. There's a good chance we're dead here. Close match. Duelist blocks, regardless. Oh god, trample. And they have... Okay. Wow. We just get in front. This is brutal. This is so bad. Shame on everyone involved. Down to 3. I have no artifact to sacrifice. Yes, I do. I absolutely do. Big money, no whammies. We absolutely do. Nice. Going first. 1, 2, 3 is here. Relatively acceptable. Not our ideal line, but it could be far worse. Hello. Good game. Search your library for a basic land card if evidence was collected and says search for a creature or land. So they grab a land. Just as removal, if they have ramp, we can slick sequence. Okay. I'm going to keep the other grinder. Nice, okay. Spyglass Siren. You can do it! They have 3 mana. 3 mana. They have 3 mana available. Potentially 4 if they play a land. Yes. $16 life. Ooh, Hydra is out as a 3/3 with Vigi. That's never bad. We can dunk on it, but I don't want to supply them with treasures. Let's see what we get here. We should do it next turn, right? Because these are tapped. They might have protection, but that way they're not ramping the same turn, right? Surveilling 1, 4 available mana. Okay. Not a fan of that. Glimpse the core. Lands in tapped, then shuffling. Still 1 mana available. Could be protection. Three treasures, not good. Keeping the grinder. Keeping the first. We need a creature. Big time. Nice. That's beautiful, huh? Boom. Okay, okay. 3/6 in play. Not so easy to remove. Play with fire. They have a ton of mana, though. Oh! Storm the Festival is not great with Hydra because it's X spell, but as far as ramping into it, it's pretty good. So it's like a double-edged sword. Invasion is the only thing they hit. Down to 13, no problems. That sucks. Did they get a land too, I'd assume? Had to have. Well, that was not good. I don't think we have 14 damage, though. We are set up to do quite a bit, but I just don't think it's enough. And then they're going to get another chance at the festival. Wow, they definitely whiffed on that, didn't they? They should have taken the memory. Baby, I'm back. Nice. That's an additional point of damage. Here for 11. We have blockers. Hopefully they don't just hit us for lethal. Right, they have another Storm the Festival. It's all up to the shuffler, yeah? Well, 3 cards in hand. Maybe they've got some goods. I'll do 3, 6. Okay, here it comes. That's just organic from hand. 2 mana up. Hopefully it's not a terror. It is. But it doesn't take down the Duelist. It does block it, though. They have to take out Inti. They can do it with this one, though. Battles in the Terror are really good. Wow. Imagine not hitting Inti. They have a ton of defense, though. But we're going to force that. And they probably just have lethal at this point. Could get a really good top deck. That's not it. Not great. I guess I should have went all in. I leave the terror there. Yeah, we should have went all in. My bad. They might have lethal. The land puts, like, I think a counter on something. Or gives it +2. 3, 6, 7, 8. Not enough for the flashback. 2 cards in hand. Down to 3. I should have attacked with everything there. Oh, that's really good. They can't attack, though. There's no way they attack here. That's so audacious. Unless that last spell is something. It's not. They just dump it. That's fine. Alright. Let's get a good top deck. This should do. They don't have anything in their hands, so we don't get anything. No, they're gonna get the W. I hate it. I should have went all in last turn. That's a bit of a misplay. We just get them down to 1. That is so sad. There's nothing in their hand to take with this. Two reduction. Oh, we're 1 mana shy. But we can't channel from exile. Nothing in their hand, unfortunately. Good game. Ah, that's our bad. Our opponent's going to go first. Let's keep 7. Could be worse. I think Siren on 1. And then we'll just kind of like have flyers. Double spell on 3. They're ramping, never good. Just take for damage while we can get it. Is this going to be relevant for us? Maybe. No double cast. What the? Well, it does have reach. What the? I know, right? Pierce isn't going to work anymore. Just 1 damage. Lame. Copying it's always preferable. Three in hand. Look at this freaking armadillo, dude. They got a Vaultborn. They got a Vaultborn. Chat, they got a Vaultborn. Oh my god. It's such a good card. And it's doubled with the throne. Are you freaking kidding me? What the H? I'm not impressed. All right, the reach is blocking or tapping though here. Maybe that's good for us. Whoa. Need a land. We need a land so bad here. Oh. We can get it. We can get it. We can get it. We can get it. Big money. No, it's the wrong land. Bummer. Yeah, that sucks. Getting the Duelist in play might have given us a chance. I don't know. They have so much life gain, which is crazy. That Vaultborn Tyrant is hot. No way. Oh, Lord have mercy. You're going to London? I can't even die. Brawler's got reach. Holy. 43 life as well. That's cool, dude. You know it. They're just going to take the damage if we were to transform it, and we also die. Doing our best to at least look cool. Another draw. Oh, more land. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we've got some damage. Look at that. 13. That's pretty good, right? You only need to deal 20 damage in a match. No, it's okay. Just to see each other's decks, right? No blocks on me. That was good. That was good. Double Smuggler Surprise, hitting Voltborns each time. Oh, Lord, have mercy on my soul. Going first. Not a terrible hand. I'm looking for the enchantment first and foremost. And if we can find it before we play the grinder, that's going to be, you know, a lot better for us. Let's keep the second. Inti's good. Probably looking at a removal spell here soon. That's a good card. Really good card. See what we got. Second spell on the turn for a draw. Land. But it's still good for the tunneler grinder, right? Field wipe in 3, 2, 1. Brotherhood's End. Braided Net. They can tap some stuff. The 3/3 is cool too. Let's push up the flyers. I'm going to push up Inti because you can let those stack. It's worth it. Big money, no whammies. Just copy it. Nice. 2 damage. Hopefully it's not field wipe. We shall prage. Down to 5. Of course it is. Of course it is. Get to keep 1 though. Let's grind it first. Double draw. Second spell. for a draw again to 3. No attack, we're at 20. It's not too terrible. Maybe we get good damage with Breeches. They need to gain life. Ooh, double draw, but down to 3 mana. Double draw is good. Oh, nice. That's really good. Double synthesizer. We're in trouble now. If we get another slick shot off the top, that would be ideal. They have braids still, right? Wish this was a 3-drop and we had lethal. Double draw. Kind of a bummer. Right? We're forced to double block. We don't have it. That's game. Pretty close. Not bad. Those synthesizers are nasty, though. Alrighty then. Is it second cast? Not terrible. I think we could probably trim a few lands. Furthermore, I'm not completely sold on the artifact variant of this deck. There is a world where we drop Malcolm, which isn't bad. I like that it's a flyer with haste. That part is good. The ability also is pretty good. There's also a world where we drop Breeches, right? And together, that's going to open up a few cards for us. Maybe Surge goes along with them and we take in Play with Fire now instead. Food for thought. I would also like to see maybe Big Score enter the arena. Since we're dropping our artifacts, no longer running that, Siren goes, Epicure goes, we now begin running the Phoenix, the Phoenix Chick alongside the Harrier Strix, right? So Big Score in times probably 4, Phoenix Chick in times 4, Harrier Strix in times 4, and then we also take Play with Fire or Strangle, probably Play with Fire though, in lieu of Surge. Food for thought, we could also trim some lands, okay? Maybe adding a 4th sequence potentially here. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Of course, other cards I was considering while building. The Artist, just because it's legendary. The Jewel, just because it's legendary, helping us trigger Rona more. Whatever. Jace actually might work in the deck. Honestly, maybe Jace is good in the build. We could test with it. The +1 is always going to hit for us. It just slows us by a turn. But again, the draw and discard is not terrible either. The 2 mana makes it really easy for us to second cast. Okay, so I kind of like Jace, and maybe that goes in our next version as well, just for testing's sake. The Phoenix, very nice for us to discard and then grab back, specifically with Slick Sequence and potentially maybe Play with Fire. Yeah? Ooh, okay. Magda, we got a crime. We're not criming enough, but if we have enough treasures, then it would work. So, just food for thought. Fblthp, maybe. The plot seems like it's too slow, though. But again, we could definitely test it. The Dragon Engine, I don't mind this because we discard it. It draws as well, which is really good from the graveyard, which would be fairly decent, and we've already explained my main picks, the Strix, the Chick. The Show-Off was on radar, honestly still is, but, you know, how are we going to blend it in there? Do we have to drop a Rona and an Inti? They're so powerful, I'd rather run 3. We already have enough damage output through the Mind, but, you know, it wouldn't be terrible because it does get the +2 from it. And if they were already, you know, it's not terrible. We could plot it as well. It's on the radar. How could it not be? It's one of the best cards of the set, and we've already explained big score. So, a cool new archetype for us to begin experimenting with. I hope you enjoy. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, become a YouTube member. It only is a couple dollars, and it makes a big difference. You can also support financially on Twitch. Yeah? Cheers. Have an absolute magical day. I hope you've enjoyed not only this video, but all of the other deck guides we've done over the years and the years to come as well. Cheers. It's been my pleasure. Take care. We'll see you soon in the next.